Have you ever noticed how much of our lives are spent, like, troubleshooting stuff?
Oh, yeah. Definitely, like, constantly, right?
Yeah, it's like that squeak in your car that you just can't figure out.
Mm-hmm.
Or like when your go-to app suddenly decides it doesn't want to work anymore.
Ugh, the worst.
But it's funny. The thing that actually gets those problems solved is how clearly you can explain what's going wrong.
That's so true. It's all about communication.
It really is. And that's exactly what we're diving into today.
Exactly.
We're tackling bug reporting.
Bug reporting, yes.
And I know that might sound super tucky.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, if you've ever had to explain to customer service why your online order vanished into thin air, you've basically done bug reporting.
Oh, for sure. It's the same principle.
And trust me, getting good at explaining problems clearly, like this, it's a total game changer.
It is, yes.
It saves you time. It saves the people trying to help you time. And it definitely cuts down on the frustration for everyone involved.
Huge time saver. No more going back and forth for like an hour just to explain the issue.
Exactly. So in this deep dive, we're going to break down exactly what makes a bug report super effective.
We are.
We'll look at the key ingredients you need to include so your issue is understood right away.
Right.
We'll highlight those common pitfalls that people fall into when they're trying to explain a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll give you some really practical tips to make your reports top-notch.
Yeah, because at its core, a bug report is really just a documented record of a problem you found.
Right.
It explains the issue itself, what's actually going wrong,
Yeah.
how it's impacting you, the user, and probably most importantly, how someone else can see the same problem you're seeing.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So they can fix it.
It's like a detective's report for those annoying little software glitches.
That analogy.
And just like a good detective, you need a framework to make sure you're covering all the bases.
Absolutely. A system.
We're going to be using the CRISP framework.
Okay. Love that.
It's an easy way to remember the key qualities of a good bug report.
CRISP. I like it.
Yeah, it stands for clear, reproducible, impactful, specific, and prioritized.
Okay, so let's break those down a bit.
Yeah.
Clear means easy to understand.
Right.
No confusing jargon.
Straightforward.
Yep. Reproducible means anyone can follow your steps and see the problem for themselves.
So important.
Impactful explains why this bug actually matters.
Oh, like, why should they care?
Exactly. Specific means you're avoiding vague language.
Be precise.
Yep. And prioritize means you're assigning the right level of urgency.
Got it.
So they know how quickly it needs to be fixed.
That plumber analogy we talked about really brings this home.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about that.
Imagine telling your plumber, hey, there's a water leak somewhere.
Oh, they'd be there all day.
Right. They'd be wandering around your house for hours.
Totally.
But if you say, the kitchen sink is leaking from the pipe underneath whenever I turn on the tap.
Oh, now they know exactly where to go.
Boom. Problem solved. That's the level of detail we're aiming for with bug reports.
Makes sense.
Okay, so let's dive into the essential parts of a good bug report.
All right, let's do it.
First up, we have the bug ID and title.
Okay, so the bug ID is usually generated automatically by the bug tracking system.
Right, it's like a unique fingerprint for that specific issue.
Exactly.
But the title, that's where you come in.
The title is important.
Yeah, it's your headline. It's the first thing someone sees.
It's the first impression.
Yeah, so it needs to be short but descriptive.
Totally.
Think, button not working? That's not going to cut it.
No, not helpful at all.
Now compare that to checkout button unresponsive on Chrome 112 after applying discount code.
Oh, much better.
Right, you've got the what, the where, and even a possible why.
Yeah, you're giving them a head start in understanding the problem.
Exactly.
Saves everyone time.
Okay, next up, and this is crucial for getting the bug fixed, are the steps to reproduce.
The roadmap.
Exactly. This is your step-by-step guide for someone else to see the bug in action just like you did.
Like a recipe.
Yes. You need to be super detailed here.
Precise.
Like you're writing instructions for someone who's never seen this before.
Right. Assume they know nothing.
Exactly. So saying something vague like, tried to check out but it didn't work is not going to help anyone.
Nope, that's not helpful.
Instead, you need a detailed sequence of actions.
Show them the path.
Yeah, like 1, open the website. 2, add a product to your cart. 3, apply discount code SAVE10 click checkout.
Okay, so far so good.
And then the crucial part, describe what actually happens after those steps.
The plot twist.
Exactly. For example, the page freezes for 10 seconds. Then nothing happens.
Got it.
And that brings us to the expected versus actual result.
The heart of the mystery.
You need to clearly state what should happen when those steps are followed.
Okay.
And then contrast that with what actually happened.
So they can see the difference.
Exactly. In our checkout example, the expected result would be the user is redirected to the payment page.
Right, makes sense.
But the actual result is blank screen checkout process doesn't continue.
Okay, so there's the problem.
Exactly.
Crystal clear.
Okay. You know what they say? A picture is worth 1,000 words.
Oh, yeah, especially when you're explaining a tech issue.
That's where screenshots or screen recordings come in.
Visual evidence is so powerful.
They're your proof.
Yep. A screenshot can show a visual glitch or an error message.
And a screen recording can actually show the steps leading up to the bug.
Exactly. It's like showing them the movie of what happened.
And don't forget to actually highlight the issue in the screenshot.
Oh, yeah, that's important. Like circle the error or add an arrow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they don't miss it.
Makes sense.
There are tons of tools that make this easy, like JRA, Bugzilla, and TestRail.
Oh, yeah. Those are great for attaching visuals to your report.
And don't forget about the environment where you encountered the bug.
Oh, right. The context.
Yeah, the developers need to know this stuff to try and recreate the issue.
So they can figure out what's going wrong.
Exactly. This includes things like your operating system.
Right. Like, are you on Windows or Mac?
Exactly. What browser and version are you using?
Chrome, Firefox, Safari.
If it's a mobile app, what device and app version?
All the details.
This stuff can be critical in figuring out what's causing the problem.
Yeah, bugs can be super specific to certain setups.
Exactly. So always include details like OS, Windows 11 browser, Chrome version, whatever device, iPhone 13 Pro app version, 2.5.
Yeah, that's the kind of info they need.
Now let's talk about severity versus priority.
Okay, two important concepts.
These help the developers understand how bad the bug is and how quickly it needs to be fixed.
Right, so severity is about the impact of the bug.
Yeah, like how much is it affecting the user or the system?
Exactly, and priority is about how urgently it needs to be fixed.
The severity levels usually range from critical,
Like a total system crash,
the worst,
or a major security flaw,
scary,
down to high where a key feature is broken,
right?
then medium for minor usability issues,
Okay,
and low for things like typos or small visual glitches.
got it. So a critical bug that prevents users from paying
Oh, that's a big one.
would be marked as critical severity and high priority.
Definitely needs to be fixed ASAP.
But a typo in an FAQ page
Not a huge deal.
would be low severity and low priority.
Exactly.
Okay, so now you know what should be in a good bug report.
Right, the essentials.
But let's talk about the common mistakes people make.
Because even with good intentions, you can still mess things up.
Yeah, it's easy to make it harder for your issue to be understood.
Totally.
One of the biggest culprits is vague descriptions.
Oh yeah, we've touched on this, but it's worth repeating.
It's so common.
Saying feature is not working is useless.
It tells them nothing.
Nope, which feature, what's not working, when is it not working?
Be specific.
Yeah, give them the details.
Like, the search bar returns no results when searching for Samsung, even though Samsung products exist.
Now that's helpful.
Another common mistake is not providing clear steps to reproduce.
Ugh. Yes, it's amazing how often this happens.
People say things like, I tried logging in and it didn't work.
Okay, that's it.
It's like, what?
What did you do exactly?
What credentials did you use?
Where are you trying to log in?
Did you get an error message?
Oh, so many questions.
A more helpful version would be 1. Entered email address and password on the login page 2. Click login 3. Page refreshed, but I'm still not logged in. No error message.
But that's much better now. I can follow along.
And then there's assigning the wrong severity or priority.
Oh, yeah. The boy who cried wolf syndrome.
It's tempting to mark everything as critical, hoping it will get fixed faster.
I get it, but it backfires.
It does.
When everything is critical, nothing is critical.
Exactly. It makes it harder to see what's truly urgent.
And it makes people question your judgment.
So use that impact-based approach we talked about.
Focus on the actual impact of the bug.
Yeah. Is it preventing users from doing something important?
Is it a security risk?
Use your judgment.
And finally, don't forget to check for duplicates.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
Before you report a bug, take a minute to search the bug database.
See if someone else has already reported it.
You might be surprised.
You might find it's already being worked on.
And if so, you can just add your own experience to the existing report.
Give them even more info.
Makes everyone's lives easier.
Okay, so you're armed with the knowledge of what to include in your bug reports and what mistakes to avoid.
Right, we've covered the basics.
But are there any tools out there that can make this whole process easier?
Oh, absolutely. There are some fantastic tools available.
Like what?
For tracking bugs themselves, tools like JIRA are super popular.
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
Especially for agile teams.
Okay.
Bugzilla is a great open source option.
Nice.
And for smaller teams, even something as simple as Trello can work.
Cool.
Yeah.
What about capturing what's happening on your screen when you find a bug?
Oh yeah, for that you have a few options.
Like what?
For recording your screen And even your Voice Loom and OBS Studio are great.
Okay.
And if you just need a quick screenshot with some annotations.
Arrows, circles, highlights.
Exactly. Tools like Lightshot and Snagit are perfect.
Nice and easy. What about those tools that automatically log bugs?
Oh, yeah, those exist too.
That sounds amazing.
Things like Sentry and Bugsnag.
Yeah, need to check those out.
They're really helpful for catching those real-time crashes and errors.
Ones you might not even notice.
Exactly. They give developers those technical details they need to diagnose the problem.
Cool. Okay, so let's look at some real-world examples of bad versus good bug reports.
Yeah, let's compare.
Let's say you're having trouble logging into your banking app.
Okay, a classic problem.
A bad report might say, "Login not working, please fix."
Oh, that's so unhelpful.
Right, no context, no steps, no nothing.
Just a vague complaint.
Now compare that to a good report. Title: Banking app login fails on iOS 16 when using Face ID.
Oh, much better.
Right. Specific title tells them the platform and the potential trigger.
Yeah.
And then clear steps to reproduce one. Open the banking app on iPhone 14, iOS 16.2, click Login with Face ID 3. App crashes to home screen.
Perfect.
Expected result: user should be logged in.
Makes sense.
Actual result: app crashes.
And the cherry on top.
A screenshot of the crash screen.
Now they have everything they need.
Let's look at another example, an e-commerce checkout bug.
Okay.
A bad report might say, users can't place orders.
Oh, that's panic-inducing, but useless.
Right. No clue as to why.
Nope.
A good report would be, title: checkout button, unresponsive on Chrome after applying discount.
Ah, specific again. I like it.
Steps to reproduce 1. Add any product to the cart 2. Apply a 10% discount code 3. Click the checkout button.
Okay.
Expected result: proceed to payment page.
Right.
Actual result: checkout button remains inactive, can't continue.
Ah, so it's the discount code that's causing the issue.
Exactly.
Maybe.
These examples show how powerful clear communication can be.
It turns a guessing game into a problem-solving exercise.
And gets your issues fixed faster.
You're much faster.
So to wrap up, what are the absolute best practices for writing bug reports?
Let's recap.
Yes.
First, use actionable titles.
Summarize the problem concisely,
Second, keep it reproducible. Provide those step-by-step instructions.
so anyone can follow along.
Third, include visual evidence whenever you can.
Screenshots, logs, videos?
They can be so helpful.
And what about the tone and overall approach?
Be professional and constructive.
Yeah, your goal is to get the issue resolved, not to blame anyone.
Exactly. Focus on describing the problem clearly and objectively.
And don't be afraid to collaborate with developers or support staff.
Yeah, if you're unsure about something, ask before you submit a formal report.
It can save everyone a lot of time.
Definitely.
So effective bug reporting boils down to clarity, completeness, and collaboration.
3 pillars of success.
Master these, and you'll be a bug reporting ninja.
A problem-solving machine.
You'll save yourself and everyone else time and frustration.
And you'll be a valuable asset to any team.
So take these techniques and start using them today.
Yeah, put them into practice.
The next time you encounter a bug or any issue, really try to explain it with the same level of detail we've talked about today.
It will make a huge difference.
And here's a thought to ponder. If this kind of clear communication is so powerful in the tech world, how might it improve other areas of your life?
Oh, interesting.
Your relationships, your work, everything.
Food for thought.
It's something to think about.
Definitely.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into bug reporting.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll catch you next time.
See ya.